Right, and I'm glad you brought
Yep.
up families because this is an important part of veterans care, and we're not just military families dealing with deployments or coming back from them, but for the rest of our lives. Like my grandfather served in the Korean War, and every time I have a conversation with him, somehow it leads back to his time there and his wounds. So people in this country may think that because troops have left Afghanistan and troops have largely left Iraq and Syria, that these things kind of just go away. But we're talking months, years, decades. In 2090, we're going to be talking about veterans issues for Iraq and Afghanistan veterans and their families. So families play a huge role in this, as you know. So, what are some of the issues facing caregivers? What are some of the issues facing military and veterans families going forward? And how well prepared are these families for the long haul of care?
That's a great question, Alex. And thank you so much for bringing that up because, again, this organization, Hope for the Warriors, was founded by families because we were absolutely affected by deployments and injuries and those who gave their lives, everyone sacrificed. So again, the shared experiences is such a strong bond between military families and keeping military families connected. What we've learned about caregivers and spouses that we did know is that we have a lot of trust in each other. We have a lot of faith in each other. We reach out to each other when we need something because we know the answer, the resource, the information that we get is from a trusted source. So recognizing the importance of those those groups and keeping caregivers and military families connected with each other is very important. In the school systems, it's critical that leadership in schools recognize who the military children are in their schools and how are they ensuring the success of education for military children, because that certainly affects mom and dad at home as well. And so it's just it's awareness and an education that we haven't really seen as much because, as you know, it's a small population. And certainly what you just mentioned about your grandfather is such a powerful point. He shared those stories with you. Do you think that he shares those stories with just anyone? Probably not, because you all have shared experiences. And so I think it's important for the general public, but everybody, corporations, the government, to understand the culture of the military, because in many ways, we're sort of our own downfall in terms of our well-being. Not wanting to ask for help, making sure that we're taking care of everyone else, making sure that resources go to those who deserve it more. It's a really interesting population to work with, and such an honor, of course, but you really got to know who they are and what they want and where they're coming from in order to be successful.